For the key of folding, the shape key of folding, the geometry is simple. If we're coming from standing, we're going to fold at the hip joints, dropping the pelvis down, and then folding more deeply, letting the spine come down, and essentially inverting the upper body. We want to hang the head, get very, very comfortable hanging the head. And we're beginning again, as we did in standing, with a side-to-side rhythm, a bilateral pulse. And again, the origin of that movement is in the pelvis itself. Sometimes we come into the fold and the head moves first. So move from the hips, pushing the feet to one side will take your upper body the other way. Using the hands as well, fingertips or palms, you want to really engage all four limbs into the ground powerfully. Grip with the toes a little bit, grip with the fingertips functionally. And as if moving in water, it's not just the water touching the body metaphorically, it's just moving the entire ocean. Just feeling all of that worldly, universal intimacy and connection, moving the earth side to side with all your points of contact. So at first, in the bilateral pulse, in the fold, you might have your feet parallel, which is a fantastic reset. 2 or 3 minutes of this is an incredible micro practice, cleansing the history from the back body even more deeply than we did in standing. And then we might let the feet start to dance. We allow for articulation, mostly of rotation in the hips, translations down from the hips to the knees to the ankles, and through the feet. We lift the ball of a foot, we lift a heel, we start to pivot a little bit. We start to become more playful, more quadruped. As we continue to move side to side, the hips will drop lower, they go higher, the legs get really long. We might bend and head towards a squat, but we're not quite in a squat yet. When the legs are tired, load the hands more, load the arms more. Use your upper body strength, shoulders, core, by pressing into the planet with the hands so the legs get a little more space, a little more longevity. And if we want to work the legs more, we can take the arms, the hands off the ground and just fly in the upper body. Get very skilled at hanging the head down and try not to hold tension in the back of the neck. Just releasing the occiput from the tailbone. And also maybe turning the head while we're down there, while we're upside down, and freeing the head's tendency to go stagnant when the pelvis is put back in power. And when the pelvis is re-empowered, the head tends to get static. So we want to move the hips and move the head and let them talk to each other again. Being in a fold for even 3, 4, 5 minutes is a lot of work, especially if you're truly engaging, pressing into the earth, all points of contact, and is a fantastic independent practice. Folding is going to help shed tension from the back line, from the brow, over the cranium, down the back of both sides of the body, on either side of the spine, down the backs of both of the legs. And you can even include the soles of the feet in the back line. And we're clearing that history. So the movement informs our sense of being. The more toned we are, the more we slow it down and really embrace the movement. The more we try different articulations of all the joints, the more we feel our nature in the intramuscular, intracellular truth and our interconnectedness with everything. We are informed more deeply in our midline, our true home, and midline becomes mid-space. Softening the eyes, more and more and more present.